Hello and welcome to another video in my frequently asked questions series. So this one I actually do get asked a lot, and that is, do I get bored? Now, you can get bored living in a house and you could get bored living in a van. So I've never been a person that gets bored because I always have things that I want to do, things I'm interested in trying or finding out about. So if you're a person that gets bored in a house, you're most likely going to get bored in a van. One of my main reasons for wanting to do what I'm doing and living this way is that I got to cut down my work hours. That gave me a lot more time to do the things that I wanted to do, the things I wanted to try, the things I want to explore, the things that I just enjoy doing. So I actually made a list for you of all the things that I do and why I never get bored. If anything, there are never enough hours in the day for me to still do everything I want to do. All right, first thing is I walk Abby, my dog, twice a day. We usually do a short walk in the middle of the day for her just to go pee, and that usually takes between 60 to 90 minutes a day. We will explore maybe a small town we're in or the area that we're in, and so that takes up quite a bit of the day just walking with the dog. The other thing I do is art. Now, art is new to me, but is something I always wanted to try and never felt I had the time or the headspace when I was living in a house. So now I do art. I have a lot of journals. This is just like one with an example, and I just do random things. I just do random art. Yeah, I just love it. I can just spend 15 minutes and pick up a paintbrush or a pen and start doodling, and yeah, I love my art. So I do spend a lot of time doing art, especially the evenings. My evenings are pretty well always art, painting, drawing something, always art. I also make videos. So making videos is quite time consuming. The shooting them is usually quite easy. Then there's the editing and the uploading and replying to comments and the behind the scenes things, making thumbnails, editing that. So shooting videos is something I also had wanted to do. And I had to learn how to make videos. So that took a long time of studying that. The other thing is I do have a Patreon account, and I have members over there on Patreon. So I do share things with them. So again, it takes time to make things and upload with Patreon and to interact with them. The other thing I do is I read. Now I tend to read sporadically, but then I'll read like a whole book in a day. So some days I just feel like sitting and reading, and I will consume a whole book in a day or a day and a half. So I do love to read, and it's really nice reading in the van, really easy. I journal, so I do keep like a writing journal. Last year I did actually write a book which I am working on getting out to you, but I just do write in a journal. It could just be my thoughts, it could be anything. So it's nice to take some time during the day, could be more anytime, and just to write in my journal. One of the other things I like to do is meditate. So I started my meditation challenge January last year, and it's something I do still do, and I really enjoy it. Sometimes I'll do a guided meditation. Sometimes I will just sit there and stare out at the scenery or just sit with Abby. But I do take time to meditate and be still throughout my day. There are also some times when you think I'd like to just chat with somebody. So I phone my friend Faye every day. I could phone my sister. I phone all sorts of different people that I have met up with around Australia. Every so often someone will get a call from me and I'll find out how they're doing, things like that. I could chat to people at the campsite. I could chat to like the people that are running the place. Yeah, just chat to people. So that can take quite a bit of time, especially when you're sharing your experiences and things. The other thing I do is I travel. So travel, again, takes a long time. If I feel like I don't want to stay in a place anymore, I move on. And the area that I've been in the last, say, 6 weeks, there's lots of little sites to go and see. I haven't been in this area before, and I just go check them out, and I could spend a whole day just traveling and driving around and checking out new things. Another thing I do regularly is exercise. So I do exercise daily. It could be as simple as just a few squats, maybe a few push-ups. It could be something that takes longer, but I do exercise, and I'm learning to just do it. Sometimes I haven't got time to do a big full-on workout. I can just do 15 minutes of exercises with my weights, or like I said, squats, lunges, things like that. But exercise. Also, I have to plan. So I know sometimes it feels like everything I do is just spur of the moment, and sometimes it is, but I also have to plan. One of the biggest things I have to plan is where I'm going to get supplies. Because I do spend most of my time remote, it can be hard to get supplies, things like the dog food. I'm trying to think what else. When I need to stock up on things like paper towel and toilet paper or shampoo, conditioner, body wash, dishwashing liquid, all those things, that gets really expensive in the small country towns. So I do try and do a stock up for things like that. In the bigger cities, like there might be my vitamins, supplements, my protein powder, my butane gas for my stove. I always have to be aware of what the level of those are at, and if I need to supply, and plan when am I going to supply, where am I going to go. I do a lot of online shopping for things as much as possible, which means again I have to plan where I'm going to be to pick it up. So I usually get them sent to a small post office in a small country town. So I have to plan, okay, where am I going to be in 2 weeks when that arrives? So a lot of planning. I'll plan travel. So things like, travel, just with the seasons. Where am I going to go? What do I want to go see? That could take a long time, looking at maps and things to work out what you're going to do. I get the tourist brochures. So that can take up quite a bit of time. The other thing I do is I'll watch YouTube videos, just like you're doing now. I do watch YouTube videos. I watch a lot at the moment on art, but I'll watch all sorts of interesting things. I'm really into personal development, so I'll watch YouTube videos if I've got good internet. And again, I study, so there's always things I want to learn. I do also have Skillshare, and I'll learn some things on there. So I've done a lot of art on there. I did, for the first, say, year and a half in the van, study how to make videos. I'm learning about how to write a book and self-publish a book. That takes a lot of time, just watching videos and learning about that. So there's always something I'm interested in learning. I've never had a problem with that. I'm very curious, and I'll try everything out. And sometimes things stick and sometimes they don't, but I always have things I'm interested in. So that is how I don't get bored in general in life. I just have interests. I recommend you have hobbies and just try something. You never know if you're going to like it, and if you don't like it, doesn't matter, try something else. So getting bored in the van is not a problem for me. And like I said in the beginning, if you get bored in a house, you will get bored in a van. When you move into a van, your life doesn't change, just your situation does. You're still with you, you're still there. You can't run away from yourself. So if you're feeling bored now, you can change that. All right, I've given you some suggestions that I like to do, but think about things that you might like to do. Maybe talk to some friends and family. You could join some groups, things like that. So yeah. That's my answer to, do I get bored in the van? If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next frequently asked question video. See ya.